Yeah. Hey, yo, man, it's your time.
Welcome to the Film Leroy, the Judgmental Podcast,
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
and I'm Leroy. Now, before we start, the last time we were on, we talked about Bahama Papa 817
Mm-hmm.
from Reddit. So he actually has a podcast. He just started a podcast. It's called the Victory Formation with his boy. What is his boy name? Eddie. Eddie is his boy name. So it's on YouTube. Prescott Williams is his name. I guess if you search Prescott Williams or no, it's not. It's under Victory Formation Podcast. That's the name of his YouTube handle. So I'm gonna give him a shout out. He said he was going to do it, and he did it. Unfortunately, I had to listen to the first episode. It's Cowboys. They talk about Cowboys football. And since I'm giving people a shout out, let me give a shout out to Hezekiah Grice. Mr. Grice, he was already on here before. He gives us a shout out every episode when he does his show. So I always forget about it. Just shout him out. So I'm gonna do it this time.
Send me a link to his show.
It's the Unwrapped Mind podcast. How
Just
can
send
I
me a link
forget
when you
that?
get a chance. No rush.
Now, this first clip, this viral video, I didn't send it to you this week, but I'm a play it for you now, and afterwards I'm gonna just play the whole thing. I'm not going to interrupt, and I want you to give your opinion. Here we go.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9 to 5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my God. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office, like you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like, how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know. Like, how do you have time for like dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm like so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional. But like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
All right, now before you give your opinion, this woman here, I guess that's her name, Christy Kunsut. She's one of these social media influencers. So I don't know if she's telling the truth or she bullshitting. So if she's telling the truth, what's your opinion?
Shit, welcome to adulthood.
Mhm.
I leave out the house at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes at like 6:50 if I can. I don't get back to the house anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30. And that's every day. So I understand what she's saying. She can't do shit and she don't have no time, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with her. And then, people was calling her lazy and all that stuff. She didn't say anything about I hate work or anything like that. She
Mm-hmm.
just saying when I get off, it's late. And
It
and she's
is.
right. And I don't know where she's from, but shit is cold as shit outside on the East Coast. So you don't feel like, well, not upper East Coast, not in the South. Well, I get it's
Mm-hmm.
cold in the South too, but it don't get that cold. But I don't know where she's from, but shit is cold as shit outside. You just feel like going in the house and that's it. I get her
Mm-hmm.
point. I get her
Yeah.
point because about time when you get in the house, about time you unwind, get something to eat, watch a little bit of TV. It's time for you to go to bed.
It sure is. It started all over again. And a
Yeah,
lot of times when I get in from the cold, I'm even though my house is warm, that cold is still stuck in my fucking blood. I'm like freezing sometimes. Like fuck, I just need to eat and get in the shower to try to knock this chill off my body. Because even if I'm like chilling, I'm still cold in the house.
well, the only negative I could say about it is she shouldn't have put this online.
She
I
can
know
put up
she.
there. The thing is, she shouldn't be crying about it. It is what it is.
No, well, like you said, it's
She can talk about it. She can hear people comments and reviews about it, but she don't need to be crying about it.
right.
If you can't deal with it, then fucking quit.
She just should have vented to like her parents or like one of her girlfriends or something. See, her parents would have set her straight about, well, hey, look, join the club. That's what everybody have to do.
No, they wouldn't
But
have.
why wouldn't
Them
it?
like, well, what you need? We got you.
How do you know
Yeah,
that?
well, how do you know the same way that you thinking they would have said, "Well, join the club"? How do you know that?
Well, she's working, so you trying to say she's entitled?
Probably.
Well, she's working.
Okay, because she want to work, not because she have to.
Okay. So if a black person would have said the
Anybody
same
that call
thing,
themselves a social media influencer, they don't have to work. They on some bullshit, chill shit.
nah, I disagree with that because everybody calling themselves a social media influencer now. Are you saying they all don't work?
That is they work, but that's not like a back breaking 9 to 5. This girl's what, 21 or something like that. And she
Yeah.
calling herself a social media influencer. She got 1,000 followers. Come on now. Real people work. They don't call themselves social media influencers.
Well, she can be a social media influencer on the side and work a regular job.
Then she not a, that's like somebody that just starting a podcast calling themselves a social media influencer. No, you're not. You got to have like a whole bunch of followers to even be considered a social media influencer. If she got all these followers and then they got advertisement once you get a certain amount of followers, all these little companies want you to fucking promote their shit. All this shit start pouring in for these, especially a little girl like her. Like, come on now.
Oh, now you going too far because they all don't get advertisements and people trying and companies trying to get them to sell their goods and advertise their
The
goods
ones
and
that got a
shit.
whole bunch of followers do.
I don't know how many followers she got. I just seen it on TV that she was a social
Right.
media
So what I'm
influencer.
saying is these ones that call they social media influencers, they usually have thousands of followers. The ones that got those type of followers always have, companies and stuff trying to promote their brands and shit.
Hmm. But what does they have to do with her parents saying, "Oh, that's all right. What you need"?
Because they'll take care of her. The same way you said her parents would be like, "Welcome to the real world." We both don't know, so we giving our opinion. So why are you trying to shoot my opinion of how her parents are going to respond?
Because it's funny. That's why.
All right.
But yeah, I don't see that wrong. What she said, she was actually right on money. But like I said, she should have posted this online. But then
Nah,
again, she probably
I
did
say
it
she
for
can
her.
post it. She just don't need to be crying about it.
Hmm. All right, the next video is okay. This is from the shout out to the No Fugazi podcast. This is a woman exposes her male best friend of 20 years. Now, listen to this. We talked about how men and women can't be friends like that. And the man that's your friend is just sitting in the wings, just waiting. And see, the woman knows that she put them on a batter's box. Whenever she fuck up with some dude or whatever, that's the next dude that can get a chance to go up to the plate.
He don't get a
Now,
chance. He get a chance to take her out and eat and shop it and shit like that. Not a chance at the plate.
no, I disagree with that one too
Mhm.
because we talked about that before. That
Okay.
these women that got male friends and all that stuff, that's the dudes that if you mess up, that's the ones that she'll mess with.
Right, but I agree with that. But in the long term, like not just one little mess up or one little breakup. I'm thinking like she break up, she have a couple kids, she get older, and that dude's still around and say, "Oh, well, he is a nice guy. Let me give him a chance." After the fact,
Well, here we go. The No Fugazi podcast.
For a woman in a relationship to have male friends to also hang out with them alone while she's in a relationship.
I feel like maybe you was friends with them for a while and like before y'all got together, then
'Cause I look at her and the first thing I think of like, damn, I just want to be her friend and that's it.
and okay.
We could just be friends with that outfit on. I just want to be your friend. I just want you to just
yeah,
call
right.
me and talk
Mhm.
and talk to me about what some dude did to you. And I'll just give you my opinion. That's all I want to do is be her friend.
Y'all believe that y'all have guy friends that would not even want to have sex with you. Okay, where your phones at? Get them out.
See, that's bullshit. They know that's not true.
Right here.
Okay, put on speakerphone too.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's up? Whatever.
I don't know, like I'm kind of down right now. Like, my man, like, are you busy? I could come through, see you.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Wait, what'd you say? You said your man?
He broke up with me, and I'm sad to goodbye. Maybe you could cheer me up a bit?
Alright, I got
Is
you.
you with it, like, or not? Is what I want to know.
I got you.
So she's so shocked that he said, "Well, all right."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Shit, all them years of put in work, I finally got my shot."
I told you. As we just witnessed here, the man that you called your friend is not truly your friend. He wants to smash. How long have y'all been in a friendship for?
Bro, we know
Since
him
we was
since
three.
Okay, you're 23. Y'all been friends since I was 3 years old.
Do you know
He
how
waited
long?
20 years to get the box. This is a reason why men don't want a woman to have guy friends, because we know that men have ulterior motives, and if you ever fold, he will execute.
Well, no shit. Shout out to the Fugazi podcast. He said, "Shit. Ever since we was trading lunch with each other in elementary school, I finally get a chance to get." I've been listening to her problems about some dudes. I act like I was paying attention, but I really wasn't. I'm finally get my opportunity. Well, the next clip is it's a guy talking to his baby mom. She won't let him see their kid. Here, listen to this one. Here we go.
My baby, why you come out here without my baby?
And why are you recording me? Baby in the house.
Why you come out here without my baby?
Don't you got a girlfriend? Why don't y'all go make a baby? Why are
What
you
that got to do with my baby? Cause I got a girlfriend. What that got to do with my baby?
I don't want her around my kid.
But if you got a boyfriend, it's cool. So you
Why
can bring
are you
a boy.
worried about me? What the fuck?
So you can bring a boy, but I can't bring no girl around.
No.
So I'm paying $1,500 in child support and I can't see my baby.
No.
See?
See what?
See?
Why the fuck is you recording me? See what? See what?
Don't have kids. Y'all don't have kids.
You weird.
Don't have kids.
You weird.
$1,500 in child.
Again, with all this shit here, you don't know what's the real or the fake. As no way in the hell, if you paying $1,500 a month in child support, I think you better go and find you a lawyer or some shit. That's number one.
I was about to say the same thing. He just need to get a lawyer and show him this video.
Number two, it must be cold outside because she's cold, as you can see.
Yeah, it's cold. You see all the leaves on the ground.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about
the
her.
turkey done too.
Right. And second of all, if this true, they're still having sex with each other. It's almost like she wants to say it on video, the way she's like looking or whatever.
Well,
that's why
she probably still like him.
No, they're having sex.
I don't know about that.
Are you weird?
$1,500 child support. I can't see my baby.
No.
$1,500
in the house. You can see the baby, but that's not her.
So where's she at?
In the house.
So go get her.
No. You can go see her.
And she said, "Motherfucker, you been coming up in the house. So what's the difference now?"
I'm not gonna go get nobody. It's cold out here.
$1,500 in child support.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about I got a girlfriend. I can't see my baby because I got a girlfriend. But
No,
you got a boyfriend. But
okay,
you got a
and
boyfriend.
so what?
Don't have kids, bro.
No, you don't have kids.
Y'all don't have kids.
You don't have kids.
Y'all don't want nobody like her. Don't have kids, bro.
Oh, they still having sex with each other. The way she looking at him and all that stuff, and the kids in the house. Okay, so why'd you come? What's all this long? See, this is why I always say how some of this shit is bullshit. What's this long conversation for? If she not bring the kid out the house, so why are you still talking about it?
She want him to come in, and he don't want to go in.
And why the hell are you paying $1,500 a month for child support?
Because that's what the courts told him he got to pay. They go by what you making.
Shit, well, he better get himself another lawyer because $1,500 a month is total bullshit for you to be paying that much a month in child support. What child need to be supported with $1,500?
It depends on how much you're making. It's bullshit.
Well, how is he gonna make that much if he making a whole bunch of money and he making viral videos also?
He's probably using his video. First of all, like you said, it's probably bullshit. But let's just say it's not bullshit. He's probably using this. He's probably recording it so he can take it to the courts. Maybe he's trying to fight for custody of the kid. I don't know.
That probably won't even work out. If they gave her $1,500 a month, she definitely ain't gonna lose custody rights to her child. The child is probably taken care of, but she just bullshitting. But I believe that if it's true, I believe that they're still having sex with each other.
She probably want to, because she says she got a boyfriend and he got a girlfriend, so who knows?
Well, all right, we going to Godly, Texas, where Ashley Ketchenside, I probably kickboxed her name, but we'll keep it going, is a member of the Godly Independent School District Health Advisory Council. She was removed after discovering she was a convicted prostitute and escort. Damn, hoes can't get a second life or whatever. They can't go on and find a second life or move on with their life.
Be careful what you do in life, or shit might catch up to you.
Here's the report.
Helping decide sex education curriculum and more in the Godly ISD is now removed from multiple positions within the school district because she's a convicted prostitute.
A Fox 4 investigation reveals she's also advertising herself online as an escort. Fox 4's David Santendry has more.
The discovery of a convicted prostitute being on multiple school committees and volunteer groups raises concern about background checks within Godly ISD and districts throughout the state of Texas.
But we had no idea what was going on in her personal life. She was always very friendly and personable.
A convicted prostitute actively advertising as an escort was serving on a council that recommends appropriate grade levels and methods for human sexuality instruction within Godly ISD.
Well, if she don't know about that, who else will?
Well, the thing is, they said actively. That means she's doing both.
Yeah.
Shit, she deserved to get what she get.
I mean, like, who else wouldn't teach you about sex education more than her?
D.
And I don't see any
That's all the women haters. You see who doing the interview. They all hating on her.
Wanting that to be the standard for their school district.
School Health Advisory Councils, or SHACs, are required by Texas law. SHACs recommend to school boards a wide range of health education protocols for students, including appropriate grade levels and curriculum for instruction regarding sex trafficking.
And I would not
like, again, who can tell them kids better than this woman here? She gonna say, why in the hell would you sex traffic? You can make your own money on OnlyFans. That ain't funny. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Want children to be subject to those type of people.
Kayla Lane is a Godly ISD board trustee. Lane was made aware of a now former SHAC member's history of prostitution by Mary Lowe, a member of the nonprofit Families Engaged for Effective Education.
And we can do better, and we must do better.
And that's the other thing we need to talk about is the health fair.
Ashley Ketcherside is shown in a Godly ISD YouTube video at the SHAC Council's first meeting of the school year in October. She's listed as a committee member in meeting minutes. Members need to be appointed by the school board to serve, according to a district spokesperson who says Ketcherside's family entered the district this year. Ketcherside was also selected by Superintendent.
That ain't the point. The point is if the educational department is selecting who can come on the board, they just said to hell with a background check, huh? And just let this lady. I mean, she wasn't around kids or anything. She was just recording minutes. She was on the board. She wasn't in the classroom. But you still should do a background check of anybody that has a type of a position like that. I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. You know, motherfuckers drop the ball all the time when they do their hiring processes.
Mm-hmm.
To the Long Range Facility Planning Committee. She was a volunteer on the Family and Community Engagement Committee, PTO, and Godly Athletic Booster Club. Ketcherside also leads a local cheerleading group, according to Godly ISD.
And so I believe that parents need to know.
The jokes just write themselves. Here, she's a volunteer on a damn cheerleading group. Recruiting them girls to do.
Says some parents became suspicious of Ketcherside because she claimed to own multiple businesses, but information about those businesses was unknown.
Some parents took it to
investigating her.
Yeah, the women. Yeah, something ain't right about her. She claims she got all these businesses, but when I asked her, she just never say what does she do.
Jealousy. Motherfucking guys probably and male students and the male teachers, everybody all swarming to her.
With this.
A LexisNexis public record search reveals one of her email addresses matches the same email address on Escort sites for a Lola Bree.
I Googled her email address, and that's how I was able to find the escort services.
Lola Bree's images are found on public websites. Some images are too risque to use in our report. Tarrant County court documents obtained by Fox 4 reveal Ashley Ketcherside, maiden name Ashley Villalobos, was found guilty of prostitution in 2012 and 2016. An affidavit claims she is also known as Lola Bree. One escort site says Lola Bree was active last month. Lola Bree has client reviews this year and reviews dating back a decade. To be clear, escort sites are legal in Texas. Escorts charge for their companionship and time. However, if sex is exchanged for money, it's prostitution.
We don't know what kind of
Well, that's the loophole there for the
They
current
playing
thing.
stupid.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's the loophole why she got the job there. But she was already convicted for prostitution before. So
Right.
that should have been flagged there. But her current job as an escort, she can get a pass because it's illegal because she's offering quote unquote companionship. I'm going to pay you money just to sit and talk to your ass, huh?
Mm-hmm.
While you got suggested photos online. That don't make no sense at all.
clients she comes into contact with or who she works for.
In 2016, regarding a separate matter, a judge signed an injunction not allowing specific children to visit any place of Ashley Villalobos' residence because she was a known prostitute.
And so I believe that parents need to know.
In a
This is
statement,
hard on her.
Godly ISD tells Fox 4, we notified the parent that they will no longer be able to serve on district committees or in other volunteer capacities effective immediately. Still, Fox 4 asked Godly ISD, was a background check required for any of Ketcherside's positions? The district says yes, but adds, obviously, the district would not knowingly allow anyone to work in a staff position or to volunteer with certain criminal convictions in their background.
Well, so what happens? She does have a criminal background.
Mm-hmm.
And we would think that typically if you ran a background check that those arrests would show up, and they don't. They're misdemeanors in the state of Texas.
And this is another thing they're not talking about in this report. Okay, now, obviously the woman has a child that goes to the school district.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think that's appropriate to putting this on the news?
I don't see no. I mean, because she's not coming back, so it don't matter.
But the kid is in school though, and now the kids are gonna say that your mom's a hoe. Oh, what's her number there? Oh yeah, I done went over your mom's house and that type of shit.
Oh yeah.
So I think that this is something that the state needs to look at in regards to how they're screening people that participate in schools.
Fox 4 made multiple attempts to reach Ketcherside by email, phone, and in person. But no one answered the door at her listed address. Her husband, Michael Ketcherside, serves on the Athletic Booster Club and Watchdogs, a group of fathers who volunteer throughout the school day, according to Godly ISD. One 2016 court document obtained by Fox 4 claims Michael Ketcherside is very supportive of her profession.
If that parent feels like, I don't
Look at
care
the
if my
black
child
coat
is
on her face. She mad. Got that evil scowl the whole time she's doing the interview.
Yeah.
around her. We like Miss Ketcherside. We like Mr. Ketcherside. We welcome them to our community. That is their choice. But they do need to know that this has been a documented part of her life.
Well, they probably already knew. And they didn't care.
Still, according to whistleblowers,
hell, probably went in there. If I'm going to say that if her husband is very supportive, as they said, they into swinging and all that stuff too. So we don't know what the hell these other parents is up to. They probably all been banging each other.
This story is not all about prostitution, rather a lack of oversight.
And we do feel like there are a lot of changes that need to happen at the state level as well as at the local level.
Godly ISD told Fox 4 members of the Student Health Advisory Committee are appointed by the school board, but even though we saw Ketcherside on video at the meeting table and she was listed as a member online, the district says it was a mistake and she never went through the approval process. For some, that raises even more
Bullshit.
questions. The
I don't
Godley
believe
Police
that.
Department tells me it is generally aware of the allegations. However, there is no official criminal investigation at this time based on the allegations alone.
I don't believe that. I think she went through all that type of shit, but they just didn't care.
Yeah, whoever was hiring was like, fuck it.
Right.
Like a nice lady, you know what I mean? You got the job.
Exactly. Well, Fulton, we going back to our favorite county, Fulton County, Georgia. Fulton County, Georgia, with the inmates is eating big steak dinners. the COs is the COs is beating up the clock, fucking up the clock, and got in trouble for it. What else they do? Oh, the lady, the fake nurse was giving the inmates drugs and stuff. Fulton County is a mess. So here we go. We got Jesse Scout, a Fulton County detention officer, was fired over nudes, contraband, and an inappropriate costume. Here's the report. And I'm confused about the news part, but we'll get into it when they cover it.
Chairman of the Fulton County Commission says enough is enough. District 2.
And shout out to our girl, Courtney Bryan. She getting herself together. She just had her baby. She getting it right.
Commissioner Bob Ellis says he has lost confidence in Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt following a series of deaths and problems at the Fulton County Jail. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor says the latest problem involves a detention officer dressing as an inmate for Halloween.
Fox 5 News has learned that fired detention officer Jesse Scott was hired in December of last year, but according to court documents, immediately started committing crimes.
It may be a tough job, but he signed up to do it.
The Fulton County Commission Vice Chairman is frustrated with Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt. Commissioner Bob Ellis believes Labatt is ultimately responsible for most of the problems at the Fulton County Jail. Most recently, jail officials say 23-year-old Jesse Scott was hired as a detention officer, but he is accused of quickly crossing the line and not only violating his oath of office, but committing crimes. According to court documents, Scott sent nude body part and pornographic photos to several inmates.
Now, here's the thing about the pictures, the nudes, and the pornography video. Now, was he sending dudes of himself, or was he recording
that's what I was
girls?
waiting on. I was waiting to hear if they said female inmates or male inmates.
No, they never said it. And I tried to find.
Well, they did that on purpose.
I tried to find the court information, but I don't know how you find court information like that, because these girls, they do it all the time online, bringing up somebody's paperwork. But when I try to search names and stuff, I can never find it. Yeah, because I don't know, what was he up to? Was he like sending pictures of himself and pornographic videos of himself to guys, or he was taking pictures of girls and he was like telling them guys on the inmates, like, look, give me $50 and I'll show you pictures of these girls, having sex or whatever.
I don't know. Or was he working in a girls' wing where he was sending those nudes to girls? I don't know. They're leaving out a lot of information.
It's while serving as a detention officer. Those same court records indicate Scott lied and told inmates he was a sheriff's deputy.
He lied to him, and
$4,000 to provide contraband to inmates.
Yeah, this hustle lord, he got in there and started hustling right away.
Cleaning up too.
Yeah, the thing is, he didn't even stay there long enough to get the law of the land. He just went right in there as soon as he got the job and started hustling. Like, look, I'll bring you a meal in. You give me $500.
Nations disturbed Vice Chairman Ellis, who says the avalanche of problems at the jail stopped with one man.
Oh, I'm glad the individual was terminated, as he should have been, right? But at some point in time, you look at...
At some point in time, they need to blow up that Fulton County Detention Center and build a whole new one and hire all new people.
From the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Or the total picture of things and say, hey, there's a pattern of concern here. These aren't isolated incidents.
Fox 5 News has learned part of the investigation into detention officer Scott involves him dressing up as an inmate for Halloween and boldly posting his costume on his Instagram page.
They're going to be...
Okay, now, do you see that as a problem, or?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because you're a correction officer.
So you're supposed to have a certain decorum? You
can't be dressing as no inmate.
Okay, but I wonder if he was around all his friends and all that stuff. That's still a no.
So what if he dressed up as drag on his fucking weekends? Is that cool too?
Why not? That's his time. If he
So
want to dress up and wear a dress on Saturday.
let's say if he was a cop and on the weekends he going to drag shoes and doing all this stuff. That's not cool. You're going to get fired.
How? That's his time.
It don't matter if it's his time. You can't do whatever you want on your time.
See, the thing is with me is, well, he's 23, and you know these young people today, they post themselves all the time, anything doing all the time. To me, I don't see anything wrong with him wearing that costume. I mean, it's his time, and if that's what he wanted to wear at a Halloween party. But the thing is with them, they want to post and take pictures of themselves doing everything.
Yeah, but then he also letting you know that he's a sheriff with that little screenshot of his wristband.
That's fake. That's something he made.
It can be fake, but he really is a fucking sheriff deputy, right? Corrections officer. So it's like you're mixing the truth with some bullshit. You can't do that.
Instances which occur, right? So, and I think folks get that, but it's more the pattern and the plethora of incidents that have occurred. And then layer on top of that, the deaths that have occurred and maybe the inattention to care that, you know, may have happened there.
Commissioner Ellis says the commission funded $188 million for the sheriff's office this year with little to show for it.
We provided significant funding and there's not been returned.
We reached out to the sheriff's office to get a comment, but they declined, citing an active investigation. In Northwest Atlanta, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Angelique Proctor sounds like a superhero's alias or something. Angelique Proctor, the way she said Angelique is kind of funny.
What's the guy name?
Jesse Scott.
Jesse Scott.
Fulton County detention. Fulton County, Georgia. I guess you can search. Well, all right, we going to Washington, D.C., where D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser returned from a trip to Dubai for the United Nations Climate Conference. Why the hell does a mayor need to go to a climate conference in Dubai straight off of taxpayers' money? Then we talk about our girl from Illinois. Here we go.
Mayor Muriel Bowser pushing back now against critics who have asked why she was on a trip to Dubai last week while the D.C. Council was taking up her latest crime bill. Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald live at the Wilson building for us this evening. Fitz, you actually asked the mayor about this today.
Yeah, we did. And, you know, this one wasn't that complicated. We wanted to know from the mayor that she could explain why she was overseas at a conference when here at the Wilson building, the D.C. Council was actually taking up a crime bill that she authored, which she said was important for turning the tide of the crime crisis in this city. Now, this bill was called the Addressing Crime Trends Act, and what it would do is target open-air drug markets. It would also crack down on these flash mobs of shoplifting that we've seen throughout the area. And it was also reinstate the penalties, which used to make it against the law to wear a mask while a person was committing a crime. Now, while the D.C. Council last week was working on this bill, the mayor...
What did he say that they trying to get rid of that law where you can't, if you wear a mask, you get charged with having the mask on when you committing a crime?
That's what it sounds like.
So she trying to get rid of that?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, they just passed one in Philly too. You can't wear a ski mask nowhere.
Yeah, I know, but I saw people on the train. They still had their mask on.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
Was in Dubai at a United Nations climate conference. Now, one of the things we asked her was about some of the pushback of this. Was it proper for her to be overseas when what she herself had deemed such an important piece of legislation was being heard by the council? This is what the mayor had to say today.
I don't know who said that, but you know what my job was in that respect was to put a bill before the council that, in my opinion, closes gaps in very necessary ways, and it lets the police do their jobs.
So, Fitz, could her absence last week put the bill in any trouble with the council, or is this just a case of perception and bad optics?
Well, you know, it's a good question. It probably will not affect the outcome of this legislation. You know, however, bad optics, are certainly part of this. Fox 5 spoke with D.C. Council member Robert White today, and he used that exact term. And he said, for his part, it wasn't just bad optics. In his view, it went further. He said it was bad leadership, especially at a time when he, in his own words, that the city was at a crime crisis right now. He believed that from the top down, a message had to be sent that, addressing crime is a priority. Now, the mayor did say that today and, gave a spirited defense of this legislation, saying what she really wants to do is reverse policies that have gone on the last couple of years, which have, in her view, caused some of these crime trends that we're seeing right now. But the bottom line, Mayor wasn't apologizing for this trip. In fact, she says she thinks people care more about what's in this legislation rather than where she was when the D.C. Council was taking up work on this legislation last week.
All right, Tom Fitzgerald.
Boy, they sure are pimping us out. These people could do anything they want to, and it's like they're asking her the question and she just never answered it. There's no reason why a mayor needs to be in Dubai for a climate conference. Now, if it was like the head of the Smithsonian Institute or something like that, get a chance to go to Dubai for a climate conference, I give you that. But mayor, you have no power on no damn climate control.
For us at the Wilson Building tonight. Thanks so much for the follow-up. Meanwhile, so what do you think? What do you care about? Our Fox 5 Instable question on the subject is up right now. It asks, was the D.C. mayor's trip to Dubai appropriate amidst the crime crisis? So far, it looks like those who have weighed in, 81% of you say no. No, it was not appropriate. You can still vote, though. Just scan that QR code right on your screen, or you can download.
Well, the people that did the voting at Fox DC, they spoke the truth. It wasn't appropriate for her to be there. I just don't understand. I don't know. How can you even justify her being there?
I don't understand how they get access to the funds to even go and do stuff like that.
Exactly. And, well, she stayed in the best hotel. She got the food. They don't have to pay for any food or anything like that when they're there. Boy, I bet you it was just such a great vacation for her. 9 times out of 10, she probably didn't go to any of the conferences. Or she probably went to some of them and went to one every other day or some shit. Well, Philip, on some sports talk, the Eagles lost to the Dallas Cowboys 33-13. What's your opinion on that game?
Well, we said that our defense, and I've been saying that before, I think 2 weeks ago when we talked about it, even though we had the best record in football, we was playing like shit. And 4 games in a row, we gave up a lead and had to try to fight back in the second half to come back. You got one of the top 5 running backs in football that's averaging like 5 yards a carry, but he gets, 2 touches, 3 touches in the whole half, and they've been doing that same shit every year. You can't keep doing it against good teams and then trying to come back. We're playing off the ball, so we're allowing underneath. But then those underneath is making the quarterback so accurate, and these guys are getting them yak yards after the catch that we shooting ourselves in the foot.
So your opinion of your new defensive coordinator, Sean Deshaw, isn't still the same?
It's been the same. Like, first of all, when you got a team, it's one thing if you got a young team, you're not expected to do nothing. But when you got a team that's coming off a Super Bowl run, that means you got the pieces there to pretty much fight to get back there. So you don't bring in 2 new coordinators, especially rookie coordinators that ain't got no experience. Like, you want to bring veteran defensive coordinator in and something like that wouldn't be that bad because they've been around the ropes. They know what they're doing. But you bring in these rookie guys in and expecting to get the same results is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And when can Swift get more? I would like Swift should get about 15 carries a game. That should be his average.
I think he need to get 8 to 10 carries in one half.
Right.
What's wrong with running the ball 4 times in the quarter?
Yep. So he was 11 for 39 for 3.5 yards a carry. That's not really bad.
But you got to think about it. He only had 3 carries at the half. So then it came to the point where we can't run, and that's when they tried to run him. So they weren't worried about him that much. You know what I mean? They were worried about, like, if you're gonna call a run play, we got one of the best run defenses. You can't do nothing now. You got to blend it up to throw the defense off. When you don't blend it up, and now in the second half we getting our ass kicked, you got to pretty much force the pass. You can try to run, but ain't nobody worried about it because they know you really want to pass.
Right. So Monday night's game is against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, Lumen Field in Seattle. The Eagles are a 3-point favorite. Now, what's your opinion on this game?
I think it'll be a close game. Is Hurts playing?
Oh, that's another thing. Hurts has an illness. He's questionable. He didn't travel with the team. They say he was going to show up later, and they was
Yeah,
going to
and I
see
see
what's going to happen.
some heavy pickups from Mariota in fantasy world. So a lot of people must got the inside scoop thinking Mariota is going to pretty much play and not Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Slay not playing. So I don't know. I think we can still win, but I think it might be a dogfight.
Okay. The hell can you? Geno Smith may not play either. I think Geno Smith has a hamstring injury, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Lock is the backup. It's hard to tell with this team now how they look now. It's hard to tell. The secondary isn't really that good. They had a lot of injuries on secondary, and plus, like you said, Slay is out. Fullback not fullback, a linebacker that's been full of injuries this season.
Mm-hmm. Well, even with that, they let both our starters go last year. You should have kept one. I can understand if you got a rookie that you want to play, then you let one. You don't let both your starters go and then just hope for the best.
Right. Yeah, N'Kobe Dean is still on the IR for this game. Goodness, it's let me see. Three linebackers is on the injured reserve.
The one guy they played, but they didn't really give him that much snaps. He only got, I think, 11 snaps, 12 snaps. If you hurting that linebacker, and this guy's a veteran, and he's been proving himself, you let him play. Even if you don't know all the plays, he got instinct. He know how to play professional linebacker, so let him play. Can't be no worse than these dudes that you got getting dicked around out there.
Right. And you got McPherson and Maddox well, Maddox been out since the beginning of the season. So that's your cornerbacks there too. You got 4 cornerbacks that's on the injured reserve. So yeah, they lucky they have 10 wins, to be honest with you, because the defense has been wrecked with injuries.
Yep.
But there's still no excuse about how the offensive coordinator is playing.
We got too many weapons on offense to not have an offensive touchdown. That right there tells you somebody need to lose their job.
So would you fire him the first year?
Yes.
I don't know how they would justify that.
No,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying how they would justify it.
It'll be understandable because we have too many weapons on offense for not putting up points and scoring. Our offense has been stagnant and kind of struggling all year.
Right, but they have 10 wins.
Okay.
So
it don't matter if you get to the playoffs and you lose the first game in the playoffs when you just was at the Super Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing, how do you have Shaq Leonard? Why do you have Shaq Leonard in coverage?
Because they stupid the same way they had that other linebacker in coverage when he could Morrow. Yeah. Why you got him covering fast ass receivers and shit like that? You put your linebacker on a tight end. You put your linebacker on a running back out the backfield. You know what I mean? But you don't have him covering receivers and slot receivers like that.
Mm-hmm. On Twitter, I was looking at people saying that they was asking what's going on with Rashard Penny, and some fool brought up, they saving him for the playoffs.
Uh-huh. Your starting running back can't even carry. And like you said, they minimizing what Swift can do because they don't want to pay him big bucks.
Right.
So Swift ain't gonna be here next year. So now who's gonna be our running back?
Boston Scott. Boston Scott is going to be the running back, and they're going to draft a running back. And that's another thing about Jalen Hurts. Well, I'll ask you this question: Jalen Hurts only throws to Dallas. He only throws to AJ, and he only throws to Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So he only throws it to those players. He doesn't spread the ball around, anything like that. Now, is that his fault, or is this how the way the offense is?
I think, first off, I don't see nothing wrong with that because when they're doing their reads, you have your first option, your second, and your third. And if you got 3, those are your 3 guys. So
okay, so what happens?
Now they need to be open. Somebody need to be open. If they're not open, then you don't just throw it there. You still got running back that you can throw it to, or a third receiver.
Okay, so what happens about with your screen passes to your running back? The Eagles was good at running it, doing those, but they just stopped for some reason.
So that's the offensive coordinator. He don't know what the fuck he doing, and that's kind of screwing with Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts had like a damn near MVP year last year, and then this year, and they was talking about Jalen Hurts he's one of those guys that never had the same offensive coordinator back to back.
Right.
I think last year was his first year that he had the same offensive coordinator, even talking about back in college. So if he had the same offensive coordinator that 1 year, and he almost was MVP, wouldn't you keep that together? Why would you go get a rookie guy with a whole new system, and now he got to learn another whole new system?
Okay, but the offense coordinator got a head coaching job. So what, you want to pay him more or something to stay?
Well, you could. Well, if he's under, a lot of times these guys be under contract,
right?
But you allow them to talk to other teams. They're like, move on in their career. But if you pay them enough money, they don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Pay him like he's one of the top offensive coordinators, and I bet you he would have stayed.
Well, what about your Sixers talk? The Sixers been on a roll. Do you want to comment about them?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Embiid is having another MVP year, and actually he's playing better than he's ever played in his life. But I don't care about the regular season. I want to know what you can do in the playoffs, because you always disappear in the playoffs. Show me what the playoffs look like.
Right, 6-game winning streak. They was 8-2 in their last 10.
Even if they're playing real good right now, they kicking ass and scoring a lot. Even if they would have won the in-season tournament, or at least went to the championship, I said, okay, they playing like they want to win. But they got fucking smacked around in that, like they ain't even give a shit. And maybe they did.
So your boy had 42 and 15. I'm only happy with the 15. The 42 is cool, but I'd rather take the 15 better.
Right. And see, that's what I was talking to Mike about when the trade happened with Milwaukee, Drew Holiday for Damon Lillard. I was like, I wouldn't have done that trade. I said, y'all one of the best defensive teams in the league. Y'all favored to go back to the championship. Now you trading Dame with no defense, and he's a shooter. So he's going to Middleton. I said all this. I said he's going to take away from Middleton getting his shots, and then he's not playing no defense. And what the hell happened? Middleton having his worst year. I mean, he is coming off an injury, but he's having his worst year. He's not even getting the shot attempts that he used to get. Dame is cooking when he's cooking, but when he's off like shit. They got no defense, and they're not even one of the top teams no more.
Mm-hmm.
And my man went to Boston, and Boston's still rocking and rolling as one of the top teams. Even better now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, before you talk about that trade, the Sixers should have never traded him from the jump anyway.
No, we talked about that too. The man he was in-house, ingrown, whatever you want to call it. We drafted him. He became one of the top defensive point guards in the league, and he was an all-star. So why get rid of him?
Mm-hmm.
And that was all right before this fucking what's that shit called with Embiid and Ben and all them, right before all that shit happened.
The process.
So he probably was the kickoff for the process.
Right. And what did the process get you? Are you happy with the process?
Hell no, we didn't get shit out of it. A second round exit. That's what we got out of the process. We was doing that before the process.
You got Embiid out the process.
Okay, he hasn't been out of the second round since we had that team with all them other stars on it.
Anything else you would add to sports?
Sports. No.
Well, all right. You can catch the Judgementals on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube at pnljudgementals, Instagram at the_judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. All right, Phil.
All right. Peace out.
Facebook comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track. Don't wonder where my crew is at. They'll be back. Niggas see me walking on the block and look like, who is that? People always wanna know.